The final night of BTS's unforgettable Baltimore concert was already expected to be emotional. Thousands of fans had traveled from different cities and countries to witness the closing performance, filling every seat with an ocean of purple lights that shimmered across the stadium. Throughout the evening, every song, every dance break, and every heartfelt smile from the members reminded ARMY that they were experiencing a night they would remember for years. As the final encore approached, the atmosphere became even more sentimental. Fans began singing along louder than ever, their voices echoing throughout the venue as if they wanted the moment to last forever. The members of BTS took their time walking across every corner of the stage, waving to every section of the audience and expressing gratitude for the incredible support they had received throughout the North American tour. Among all the members, Jimin seemed especially touched by the energy surrounding him. He smiled warmly at every direction, occasionally placing a hand over his heart as thousands of fans shouted his name. Cameras repeatedly captured his emotional expressions, and many people watching the giant screens noticed that he appeared determined to make every second of the final night meaningful. Throughout the concert, Jimin had interacted with fans in his signature gentle manner. Whether he was accepting handmade signs from the front row, making eye contact with excited children sitting near the stage, or laughing together with his fellow members during playful moments, he created an atmosphere that felt both spectacular and deeply personal. As the encore continued, confetti slowly drifted through the air like purple snowflakes. The stadium lights softened, creating an almost dreamlike atmosphere. Fans believed the evening was nearing its conclusion, but no one expected that one quiet moment would soon become the most talked-about memory of the entire concert. Near the extended stage stood a young child wearing a tiny BTS-themed outfit, carefully holding a handmade banner decorated with purple hearts. Despite the enormous crowd surrounding the child, the little fan never stopped smiling and waving enthusiastically toward the stage. Many nearby fans noticed the child long before the members did. Some even encouraged the little fan by helping lift the banner higher whenever Jimin walked closer. Although everyone hoped one of the members might notice, nobody imagined what was about to happen. While greeting fans along the barricade, Jimin suddenly slowed his pace. His attention seemed drawn toward the young fan, who continued waving excitedly with sparkling eyes. Witnesses later described the moment as incredibly natural. There was no rush, no dramatic pause, just a sincere exchange of smiles between an artist and one of his youngest supporters. Jimin leaned slightly closer, reading the small banner while smiling warmly. The child's expression instantly transformed into one of complete amazement. Nearby fans began cheering louder, realizing that Jimin had noticed the little admirer. For several seconds, Jimin simply stood there, waving gently before placing his hand over his heart. The gesture alone was enough to make many people emotional. Phones throughout the stadium quickly turned toward the interaction as fans sensed they were witnessing something special. Then something completely unexpected happened. Jimin looked down at the jacket he had been wearing during the encore. After exchanging another smile with the child, he carefully removed the jacket from his shoulders. At first, many fans thought he was simply adjusting his outfit because of the stage lights and energetic performance. Others assumed he might hand it to a staff member waiting nearby. Instead, Jimin carefully folded the jacket in his hands. The crowd grew noticeably louder. People standing nearby immediately realized his intention before anyone else. Excited screams spread from one section to another like a wave moving across the stadium. With gentle care, Jimin approached the edge of the stage where security personnel assisted in making sure the gift could be passed safely. He held the jacket with both hands before presenting it toward the young fan. The child appeared completely frozen with surprise. For a brief moment, it seemed impossible to believe what was happening. Family members standing beside the child looked equally overwhelmed, their expressions reflecting disbelief mixed with overwhelming happiness. As the jacket reached the young fan, the child's eyes widened before breaking into an emotional smile. The stadium erupted into applause. Thousands of ARMY members immediately began cheering, many placing their hands over their hearts as they watched the touching scene unfold. Some fans were visibly wiping away tears while continuing to record the unforgettable moment. Jimin responded with his familiar bright smile before offering one final wave to the child. Rather than drawing attention to himself, he simply bowed politely, as though expressing gratitude for receiving so much love from the audience throughout the evening. The emotional exchange lasted less than a minute, yet it instantly became one of the defining memories of the Baltimore finale. Within moments, social media feeds were flooded with short clips, close-up videos, and emotional reactions from fans who had witnessed the scene from different sections of the stadium. People described the interaction as one of the purest examples of the bond between BTS and ARMY, emphasizing how a simple act of kindness could leave such a lasting impression. Fans online praised not only the gift itself, but also the sincerity behind the gesture. Many commented that Jimin's facial expression suggested the decision had been completely spontaneous, a heartfelt response to seeing the joy and excitement of a young supporter during the final moments of the concert. As people continued sharing their recordings, countless viewers around the world who had been unable to attend the concert also found themselves deeply moved. The videos spread rapidly across fan communities, inspiring messages about kindness, gratitude, and the unique relationship that BTS has cultivated with millions of fans across generations. For the little fan and their family, however, the value of the jacket extended far beyond being a concert souvenir. It represented a memory that would likely remain unforgettable for the rest of their lives, a reminder that, on one extraordinary night in Baltimore, an artist paused amid a stadium filled with tens of thousands of people to create a deeply personal moment that no one saw coming. As the applause gradually settled, the emotional energy inside the stadium only continued to grow. Fans in every section kept talking about what they had just witnessed, pointing toward the extended stage while replaying the moment on their phone screens. Some hugged friends beside them, while others simply stood in silence, smiling through tears. The members of BTS soon noticed the overwhelming reaction from the audience. Although they were continuing the encore, they glanced toward Jimin with warm smiles, clearly aware that something meaningful had just happened. The atmosphere became lighter, filled with laughter and applause as the group continued waving to fans across every corner of the venue. Jimin, however, remained characteristically humble. Instead of drawing attention to himself, he continued greeting fans exactly as he had throughout the evening. He accepted flying hearts from the crowd, bowed respectfully, and thanked the audience with sincere gestures. Those watching closely remarked that his expression reflected quiet gratitude rather than excitement over the attention he had received. For many longtime ARMY members, this was precisely what made the moment so memorable. Over the years, fans have often spoken about Jimin's habit of noticing individuals in the crowd, especially younger fans attending concerts with their families. Whether offering a comforting smile, waving to children sitting on their parents' shoulders, or taking time to acknowledge handmade signs, he has earned a reputation for making large stadium performances feel surprisingly personal. The Baltimore finale seemed to capture that quality perfectly. As the concert came to its official conclusion, fireworks illuminated the night sky above the stadium. Purple confetti continued floating through the air, while BTS gathered together one last time to thank everyone for their unwavering support. Thousands of voices answered with an emotional chorus of cheers. The members stood shoulder to shoulder, taking in the breathtaking view of countless glowing ARMY bombs stretching from the front row to the highest seats. It was a scene that reflected years of shared memories, dedication, and mutual appreciation between the group and their fans. When the final bow ended and the members slowly disappeared backstage, many people remained in their seats instead of heading directly toward the exits. Conversations throughout the stadium centered on one topic. Did you see Jimin give his jacket away? I still can't believe that happened. That little fan will never forget tonight. People eagerly exchanged videos with strangers sitting nearby, comparing different camera angles in hopes of capturing the clearest version of the unforgettable interaction. Complete strangers smiled at one another as though they had all shared the same extraordinary memory. Outside the stadium, the excitement continued. Fans gathered near the exits, discussing the concert while waiting for transportation or taking commemorative photos beneath Baltimore's evening skyline. Nearly every conversation eventually returned to the same emotional highlight. Some described it as the sweetest moment of the entire tour. Others believed it perfectly represented the values BTS has consistently shown throughout their career: kindness, gratitude, and genuine appreciation for the people who support them. Within an hour, fan communities around the world began uploading clips from different perspectives. One video focused entirely on the child's astonished reaction. Another captured the roar of the audience the instant Jimin removed his jacket. A third showed nearby fans beginning to cry as they realized what was happening. Each recording revealed another small detail that made the story even more touching. International fans who had stayed awake to follow updates from Baltimore quickly flooded comment sections with emotional messages. That child will remember this forever. This is why Jimin is loved by millions. It wasn't about the jacket. It was about the kindness behind the gesture. Many fans also praised the respectful way the exchange unfolded, noting that security staff ensured everything happened safely and smoothly, while allowing the heartfelt moment to remain genuine. As the videos continued spreading, fan artists began creating illustrations inspired by the scene. Digital paintings imagined the little fan embracing the treasured jacket beneath a sky filled with purple lights. Others recreated the moment in watercolor styles, emphasizing the warmth of Jimin's smile and the excitement visible throughout the surrounding crowd. Meanwhile, fan editors transformed short concert clips into emotional tribute videos accompanied by orchestral music and heartfelt captions, celebrating the unforgettable night. Online discussions expanded beyond the gift itself. Many reflected on the significance of seemingly small gestures during live performances. While stadium concerts often feature spectacular lighting, elaborate choreography, and breathtaking production, fans observe that the memories people treasure most are often the simplest ones, moments of genuine human connection. For countless viewers, Jimin's spontaneous decision symbolized exactly that. Despite performing before tens of thousands of people, he still found time to recognize one young supporter and create a memory that extended far beyond music. Entertainment commentators also highlighted how such moments strengthen the unique relationship between BTS and ARMY. Rather than focusing solely on the scale of the performances, they emphasized the group's ability to make individual fans feel seen and appreciated, even within enormous venues. As dawn approached in different parts of the world, the story continued gaining attention across fan communities. Some parents shared that their own children had watched the clips repeatedly, inspired by the kindness shown during the concert. Others wrote that seeing the young fans' joyful reaction reminded them of their first BTS concert years earlier. Many longtime supporters commented that, although BTS has delivered countless unforgettable performances throughout the years, it is often these quiet acts of generosity that remain etched in fans' hearts long after the final song ends. For the family of the little fan, the night had likely become far more meaningful than they had ever imagined when arriving at the stadium. They had expected to enjoy an unforgettable concert. Instead, they left carrying a memory that would become part of BTS concert history in the eyes of many fans. A simple jacket transformed into a symbol of warmth, compassion, and the extraordinary connection between an artist and the people who believe in him. And as the lights of Baltimore slowly faded into the early hours of the morning, one thing seemed certain. The concert had ended, but the story of one unexpected act of kindness had only just begun to spread across the world.